What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy MrBaboon back with a reaction video. This time we are still reacting to Frederick the Great, but this is the final episode, episode 5, uploaded by Extra History. Channel will be down below in the link, and video will be down in the description. You know, all that good stuff. So, reacting to this, I will say Frederick the Great can be a piece of shit. He can be a pretty decent guy. But it's just like, well, shit. Let's see what the final chapter holds for him, shall we? See if he gets a happy ending or a not so happy ending. Let's see. Whew. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Whew. Shit. Fucking yawning. Turn on post notifications. Yeah. We're just gonna get into these, you know. I'm pretty high right now, so I'm just chilling.
June 18th, 1757. Frederick's army is running. The year before, he'd invaded neutral Saxony, forcing its troops into his military and snatching the treasury to fund his war effort. Then he'd struck into Bohemia to besiege Prague, but the Austrians caught him there, causing him to split his forces in order to meet the oncoming army. He had struck at them first, as was his style, utilizing his signature oblique attack, where he concentrated his forces on one side of the enemy line. But his troops had been baited into attacking too early, before they were ideally positioned. His frontal assault had melted under Austrian firepower, an element not emphasized in his tight marching formations, and now, hours later, the Prussians have lost nearly 14,000 men, and they've had enough. Rascals! Frederick strikes out with the flat of his sword, shouting at a retreating unit, "Do you want to live forever?" It's a strange choice of phrase, because while thousands of troops have died for his ambitions, it's actually Frederick himself that will in fact live forever. Thanks so much to Ground News for supporting today's historical tale. The Third Silesian War would give Frederick some of his most legendary victories on the field of battle, but also his most catastrophic defeats, with Prussia nearly being wiped off the map. But these battles were not just important militarily, mind you. They also formed a sort of proto-nationalism, where civilians at home were following, analyzing, and reading commentaries of his battles almost as they would a sport, but more dramatic. And that fact really got us thinking in the old Extra History lab, because unfortunately we don't have time or budget to go through all of his 16 battles, but thanks to my illustrious cat's wonderful suggestion, perhaps we would have the ability to fill you in about it through a different performative art form: sports entertainment. Okay, Extra Historians, let's get ready to rumble!
I like this.
Hey there, folks at home, I'm Extra History narrator Matt.
And I'm casual wrestling fan Matt. Sup?
And we'll be your commentators for tonight.
And you know what a night it is in the EH Arena?
You said it, Kazmat. If you remember last week, Frederick invaded neutral Saxony. A move so aggressive, it spawned a 4-on-1 match. Prussia against Russia, France, Sweden, and the Habsburgs, leading much of the Holy Roman Empire.
You know, you can only hope that this territory grabbing and attacking neutral allies won't serve as some sort of precedent for future German leaders. But wait, oh, dang, there's the bell.
All right, opening moves. The Russians have invaded East Prussia. Sweden has entered Pomerania.
Oh, big hits.
France and Austria are dancing into core Prussian territory too.
Huh, looks like a partition of Prussia.
Oh my!
Oh.
Frederick has smashed into the French army double his size. 10,000 French casualties to only 1,000 Prussian.
Yikes, yeah, they knocked them right out of the ring. Looks like now they're hanging back outside the ropes.
But wait, Frederick's dashed over to the Austrians in Silesia now. Again, a force twice his size. Is he jabbing at their left side?
Oh, sucker punch from the right. Oh, that is a third of Austrian forces gone.
Bro,
Two major victories in 1 month. That is impressive.
The animation, the storytelling, and everything is just so good.
Has entered Brandenburg. Looks like Fritz is fighting them off, but...
Oh, we were expecting this. Here come the Austrians.
Oh, surprise attack! Frederick loses 30% of his army in a strategic blunder.
And there is the bell. Time to pause for winner.
Indeed, indeed. What do you think so far, Kazmat?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I think it's still too close to call, but Frederick has one huge advantage in my opinion. 3 important words: unity of command. His enemies have to negotiate strategy and coordinate movements between them, communicating with capitals as far away as Moscow, blah, 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 blah. But if Frederick gets an idea, he just gets to do it, because he is both king and battlefield general, and that is invaluable.
Oh, but that's a disadvantage too. I mean, look at Hokiar. A regular general wouldn't have made that mistake. But since he's king, he doesn't have to listen to his generals. Not to mention his experience at Malvitz means he keeps fighting when he should really cut his losses.
Fair. But you know what? I tell you who he should listen to is his brother, Henry. That kid is a much more careful general overall, and dude's undefeated, right? Frederick's lost like what, half his battles?
Oh, wait, hate to cut you off, Cash, but it looks like Frederick's talking to the fight doctor about how to overdose on opium if things get worse. Can we get a mic down there?
Okay, how you feeling, Fritz?
Fortune has it in for me. Fate, she is a woman, and I am not in that way inclined. Let's go.
Well, all right. Coming out strong in round 2, I guess.
Whoops, speak of the devil, there's that bell. Man, they are really on him now. Oh, Berlin is open for the taking.
Oh, but wait a minute. Russia and Austria seem to be arguing. They're withdrawing?
Boom. Frederick scores a major hit against Austria. Man, though, these fighters, they look exhausted. I don't know how much longer they're going to be able to keep this up. I mean, Prussia's army is down to like 60,000 men, and like, what, the Russians are in Berlin?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, this might be the end for... Oh my god. Empress Elizabeth of Russia has just collapsed. And who's that picking up the crown?
Wow, that is her nephew, Peter III, a huge Frederick fanboy. I even hear he dresses up as Frederick sometimes.
That's weird.
Yep, Peter III's a weird dude, man.
Well, he switched sides, withdrawing Russian troops from Berlin and giving back East Prussia.
After
That
they was
is
talking about
a
him being a
miracle.
heel
Frederick's
friend, I
made
was
peace
like,
with
okay,
Sweden
I
as
think
well,
he's
and
gonna
now can focus
switch.
on Austria.
Oh man, what a reversal. I mean, now a Prussian-Russian alliance will do...
But wait,
Oh.
here comes Empress Catherine with a folding chair. Peter III is deposed. What a slobber knocker! And now she's throwing up the deuces. Russia is out of the war. Wow, what a great move from Catherine.
Oh, wow, true that, my friend. I think we're going to be
Damn.
hearing more from her in the future.
Now it looks like the ref is bringing out the negotiating table.
Oh, yeah, there it is. That is the end. There is the bell. And 7 years of war in Europe has ended.
Indeed.
Hi, I'm Kevin Hart. Here at E's Celebrity Game Face,
They
we can
skipped
conquer
this.
wild games for
What?
winning and discovering who truly has the heart of a champion.
This is crazy as hell.
Celebrity Game Face. The party returns tonight at 9, only on E!
Once you meet with a TurboTax expert who will do your
Oh,
taxes
can I
for
skip
you,
this one?
you're free to do
I
nothing.
can't skip this one.
Indeed. Tens of thousands
Okay.
dead to affirm that.
Check here. Oh, yeah, all the borders go back to where they were before the war. Well, that was pointless. Night, folks.
Man, I wish I was taught history via wrestling in school. Where were we? Oh, yeah. Prussia survived with its conquests intact, but barely. Plus, Frederick was in no less danger. He'd had 6 horses shot out from under him during the war, and the years
Damn.
of campaigning had aged him. Shaken by how close he'd come to ruin, Frederick would avoid war for the rest of his reign. And, you know, I kind of hate that we're saying it like that, the rest of his reign, because Frederick actually did so much domestically. But it is hard to balance that story amid his battles. Frederick's rule was one of centralization. As an enlightened absolutist, he believed a strong monarch was necessary to push forward Enlightenment ideals in government policy, with a king as servant and first citizen of the country. He reformed Prussia's legal code to mostly eliminate torture, and repealed most capital offenses, so only a handful of executions occurred each year. He opened government positions up to those of lower social ranks, and started an organized grain storage program in order to keep food prices stable and provide bread during famines. Also, as a patron of the arts, he funded philosophers, artists, and musicians, personally composing 121 sonatas and 4 concertos with the flute. And when Johann Sebastian Bach visited the court, the two actually had a jam session. And all the while, he was still prolifically writing histories, poems, and books on battlefield tactics. He also reformed Prussian agriculture by reclaiming Prussian forests and draining swamplands. And while potatoes were already present in Germany as animal feed, he actually recast them as food fit for human consumption, convincing Prussians that they were valuable by sending royal guards to stand around potato fields. Then, in 1772,
I have an
in
album
one of his
too.
most
I love
notorious
potatoes.
and consequential actions, he managed to avoid a renewed war with the Habsburgs by proposing that Prussia, Austria, and Russia carve up Poland between them, each taking a large piece. Now, there was, of course, no justification for this action, which was against the will of the vast majority of my own ancestors, but in doing so, he did gain the Poland-held province of West Prussia, finally making him the King of Prussia rather than King in Prussia, and uniting his expanded territory. Frederick had no children, for obvious reasons, having spent most of his later life with his personal valet, who had a bedroom next to his. And when he died, in 1786, at the age of 74, his kingdom went to his nephew, and his body went into a vault next to his abusive father, even though he specifically requested to be buried at Sanssouci, next to his greyhounds. In death, Frederick left an odd legacy, since his contradictory personality meant people could read whatever they wanted into it. German nationalists revered him as a national hero, ignoring that.
I will say, I don't think Frederick was as bad as his father at all. Not even close. But I mean, he did, I feel like he definitely did some questionable stuff, you know?
He cared nothing about a wider Germany and despised German language and culture. During the Weimar Republic, Berlin's rising gay culture adopted him as a symbol, and he was also a favorite of Hitler, who justified his expansionism with Frederick's historical example. Though, to be clear, Frederick had zero interest in ethno-nationalism. His reputation fell as a result after World War II, though historians began reappraising him after German reunification, which was when his grave was finally moved to Sanssouci as he wished. But perhaps he received no greater compliment than that from Napoleon himself, who, when he defeated the Fourth Coalition, paid a visit to Frederick's tomb. "Gentlemen," he said, "if this man was still alive, I would not be here." If that's not a legacy, I don't know what is. But actually, backing up for a moment, just how interesting is it that so many disparate groups of people found elements of Frederick to latch onto? You know, each taking a little bit of his life that they agreed with and just sort of running with it. Reminds me a little of how headlines from different news outlets today can paint incredibly different pictures from the same news story. You know, if only there was a way to decipher all that. Oh, look, how convenient. In case you don't know, Ground News is a really helpful website.
Alrighty, well, that's it for the video, I'm sure of it. You know, just double check. Yeah, it looks like that's it. So,
Hey, Zoe, you go get the flame.
That's it. That's gonna do it for the series. Let me know if you guys want me to find like another series like this. I could definitely do that, because I mean, this series I had a lot of fun with. Like, I had a lot of fun recording it, reacting to it. It was just definitely fun. It was nice to learn about Frederick, you know? I never heard of him until these videos. So if you guys notice why I didn't talk a whole lot during these, you know what I mean? That's why I was trying to pay attention, okay? But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys' opinions are of Frederick the Great. Let me know what you guys' opinion is on him. Let me know down below in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Go check out part 4, part 3, part 2, part 1 if you guys have it. I will see you guys in the next video. You guys stay safe. All that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I will see you guys in the next video. Positivity is key. Motivation is key. Happiness is key. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys watch out for each other. All that good stuff. I will see you guys in the next video.